Okay. Good evening.
Hello, good
Welcome.
evening. Welcome to today's live session. Yeah, you're welcome. And yes, today we're talking about the matter of domestic violence and why women continually find it so difficult. Women who find themselves in those situations seem to find it difficult to leave. And so we're trying to look at the role of parents in domestic violence situations, the role that parents play. And question is, were you trained to get used to abuse? Were you trained to endure abuse? And so these are the questions we are asking. Did you raise your children to endure abuse? Did you raise them to get used to abuse and just stay and never be able to speak up against those things? And you're welcome today, of course. My name is Bishop, and with me on the live is
I'm
Emma
fine.
Diong. All right, so let's just do a quick one. Today I was just going through the walls of Facebook today, and I stumbled on a story. Now the story is about a young lady that died recently. So this young lady died recently. I think a couple of weeks back was announced that she had died, and now nobody knew the cause of her death. Nobody knew the cause of her death, and so there were words spreading around that the likely cause would be abuse. Maybe the husband had been abusing her, and so the boss took it upon herself to. The boss is a woman. Took it upon herself to have the body examined. So they had to go through some autopsy to actually find out the cause of her death. Now it happens that in the course of autopsy, the boss finds out that she had a crack in her skull. Autopsy results came out and it showed that she had a crack in her skull that led to her death. Of course, how did she get the crack in her skull? So they had to arrest the husband. I mean, since this, and then they had to question the family. So, of course, they had to bring the family in and find out, okay, are you guys aware that your child was being abused, the parents? And they said they were aware. Perhaps maybe she had reported, or maybe she had showed up, or maybe they were just in the know about these things. But bottom line is they were aware and they were asked to to get the guy to like
Good.
to invite him in. So the, the parents had to charge. They brought him in, and of course, the boss was really trying to get him prosecuted, like get to the end of the matter, only for it to get to the point that the family of the girl is now asking for a withdrawal of the case from the police station. Maybe they are being threatened, or maybe, but you see, this is what we're talking about. Are you raising your children to endure abuse? Or what part are you playing when you find yourself, or when you find the fact of you wake up to find out that your child ended up in an abusive relationship? What do you do? All right, Emedion, let's hear from you.
Okay. When a child is in an abusive relationship or marriage, as parents, it is advisable they take action immediately. But one thing about most of our parents is that they believe that as a woman in marriage, you're supposed to endure in marriage because there is this saying that marriage is for better, for worse. So parents from the very beginning, they taught their children that you're supposed to you're supposed to endure everything. You're not supposed to, as a woman. In fact, right from childhood, they start teaching their children, okay, you as a boy, this is what you are to do. You as a girl, this is what you're to do. There are some families whereby a boy hits the female child. They will tell the girl, keep quiet, she's your brother. When a man talks, you don't open your mouth. So that is now giving the ladies those ideas that as a woman, you're not supposed to say a thing when a man is saying something. You're not supposed to react to anything. You're not supposed to have a say at all in any matters that is concerning you. And now when it now results to marriage, now the parents are saying, from the beginning we taught you to be a submissive woman. So as you're going into your marital home, be careful not to annoy your husband. That is the word. They will use that word. Be careful not to annoy your husband because they believe that when a man gets upset, it is the woman that provokes the man. They believe that a man cannot just get upset on his own. So when some men abuse their wives and that kind of case is reported to the family, they believe that they will ask the wife, what did you do? That your husband hit you. Because for your husband to hit you, there is something you might have done. And they will tell some women, okay, in our family, when you marry out, you don't come back to this house. So when you're married, fine, you are there. Nothing, whatever happens, that is your home. You see me and me and your father. It's not as if it was okay with us. I still endured through. If the child complains, like, okay, my husband is abusive, some of them will tell you, your father was like that, your father is like that, and I still endured it. I did not die, so you will not die. And when they keep saying things like this, that child will have no other alternative than to remain there and endure every shit that is going on. Okay, let's take for instance now that girl, that lady that was killed now on Facebook that is going viral recently. The parents were aware that she has been abused, she was abused in the marriage. And I am sure the girl has already reported to her family that this man is abusing her. Now, what were the reactions of the parents? If it was parents that don't toil with their children, that are educated enough, they would, in fact, that lady would have left that marriage the very first time they even had an idea that girl is being abused. And for them to keep quiet over things like that, maybe they have already encouraged her to remain in the marriage. That the brother would likely change. He is your husband. He will likely change. So just stay. It is marriage. Marriage is like that. You can never see a marriage a bed of roses. It will steal you somewhere. So just stay there, and that girl will be there despite the hitting and hitting. Now it goes further that now they now realize this girl was abused, and now maybe because of some threat. How would someone who kill your own child even has the mind to come out to even threaten you? Are you okay at all? So they just believe as a woman that women don't have a say. For her to be abused to the extent that your husband killed her, there is something she might have done. How could be then okay insult a did I would. That's what some of them would say. So and the girl to be in that kind of a marriage, maybe she has gone to her parents and they would apparently tell her, fine, remain there. Or maybe she does not have friends that can even enlighten her. Maybe she has friends that are telling her, you see, now that's how marriage is. Oh, every place is like that. My dear, remain there. And at the end, what was the result? She died. And the young man now is going on social media to say that he is single, looking for another God fearing sister to go and kill. When people are just too, like say, careless about their life, if they kill you, it won't take them long to replace you. It won't even take them, like, she's not buried yet, and the man is already thinking of replacing her immediately. So if you're careless about your life, that person you're being careless, that person will not even give you, in fact, he can kill you today and tomorrow is asking for another woman's number. If you don't value your life, nobody will value you. So we understand that there are some parents who are actually training children to be quiet about everything, to just care less about everything. But it is your life now we're talking about. We have people who grow up seeing their parents in abusive relationships, but yet they break through from it. They are enlightened. It's not every child you see that I was raised in abusive relationship or marriages decide to remain in abusive relationship or in marriage. Some of them, they say, this is what I saw my parents go through, and I'm not ready to go through those shit. And some will be very careful in their relationship, and they wouldn't want to experience that kind of a thing in their marriage. So the whole of these things, parents, they have a hand in it, and also the people in the people themselves. Because when you don't like a particular thing, you don't let things traumatize you for so long. You can meet a therapist if it is really affecting you. You can meet a therapist to see how to, you know, work things out, work things through. Then you go out there, not just jumping into any man. First of all, you work on yourself, because when you work on yourself, you will see you will see people who are worth it. You work on yourself, and then you don't tolerate. You set boundaries. Me as a stand like this, I should tell a man, the day, if we are in a relationship, the day you touch me, no matter, even if we did introduction, the day your hand touch me, that is the end of the relationship, marriage, everything. So when a person sets boundary, if you just show that you are just slow, you are foolish in everything. See, men will, some of these men, they will break your bones. They will use you as they like. So parents out there, they should also learn to teach their children, because they are the first teachers. Whatever some of these children are going through is as a result of how they were trained from childhood. Some of us, the way we do things is as a result of how we were trained. So you train your child to be quiet in everything. Whatever that child goes through, the child will not tell you. The child will just be quiet because you taught that child to be quiet. You taught that your female child to be quiet. So the child will be quiet in everything she's experiencing in life. And the next thing you hear that your child is dead. How? Some are not even aware that child is going through abuse because they will not voice it out. And that was how they were trained. So I think parents are really contributing to the kind of things of children or girls being trapped in abusive marriages and relationships. So I feel they should do better, or we ourselves, because we are the present parents now who are about raising younger ones. So it's for us now to help to educate our children that will be coming, so that they will be
Yeah,
able to stand up for themselves.
yeah, yeah. I completely agree with you. The idea that women are taught to endure. We're actually not saying that. I think most women are afraid of losing the status. Yeah, because the status is a big deal. Let's not even lie, it's a real big deal over here where we come from, in Africa, in Nigeria, and of course in our local environment here. It's a real big deal for women to be married. It's a kind of a symbol, and every woman wants to get there. And then she finally gets there, and then you don't want her to last, something like that. I mean, just collected the title today. You won't make I drop out tomorrow. No, it ain't gonna happen, and I'm gonna see it with my eyes till the very end. Unfortunately, the end is not normally something they even live to tell, because I think we'll get to the point where we'll talk about women should be attentive to red flags. Yeah, because half the time, most of them already know who they are getting into that relationship with. But let's even talk about parents enabling these situations, like from upbringing to just asking your children to stay back and endure potentially harmful, dangerous situations. From upbringing, from training that child that it's okay for them to actually live with certain situations that are not even convenient, to the point where okay, they find the courage to come to you and talk to you about something they are going through, and you tell them to go back. But a mother can tell a child, go back, and never let your father go back, never. I mean, every woman goes through troubles. Everybody holds their own trouble to their hearts. They don't talk about it. And so just go back and endure whatever you're going through. And it doesn't make sense to a normal human being that you're putting the child in harm's way. Okay, even if you want to keep up with the status, okay, for instance, it's a family thing. We always keep up with our status, and none of us has died. Okay, why not call the young man and verify what's going on? or even have him sign an order that, oh, if you touch my daughter again, this is what we shall do. Because a lot has changed. Gone are the days when maybe um, maybe when their fathers, their husbands used to get angry, they would just maybe tap them small or slap them or refuse to pay for their food or something. But now these guys, the demons have matured, and you, because how did this girl that is getting hit on the head, how do you crack this call of a human being? How? By what means? It's not a slap. Of course, it's not a slap. He has used something hard to hit that lady's head. And of course, that's the end. You crack the skull. For you to penetrate the skull, you had to be a lot of weight. It required a lot of weight for you to get through to the skull. And so these people are where, and then your daughter comes maybe several times to say, "Oh, my husband beat me. That's why I left the house." And there's a funny one I saw. The girl says she's getting. Oh, she also died. This one I'm talking about. Somebody said it happened in Abuja and it's recently. I think it's MC in Bakara that even shared it. She's with this man and he beats her all the time. And like, and so MC is like advising her, no, I mean, she's like, no, now these things happen everywhere. She said he beats her to the point that he will chase her and she will leave their own room and go to the guest room. He will go to the window and take an insecticide and spray over the room so that she can come out, so that he can continue beating her. And then he beat her to death on one of those occasions. So this thing is a it's a real epidemic. I mean, not epidemic, I would call it, because it's going out of hand. Because I don't understand what kind of demon is okay. Even if the demon that is in the man cannot be restrained, you have to run for your life. Yeah, I know you have to run for your life. So I know you don't want people to know that you are running. So in the morning you put up makeup and then you go everything is all right because everybody has problems. So we're not going to pretend that everybody is not getting hit like a bag of everybody's not getting hit like a bag of for making blocks or getting pounded like drums. No. And so I think we should parents are not doing so well. Most parents are not doing so well if we say the truth. I mean, look at this girl, what's her name, Glory. The parents are withdrawing the case and saying that their their son-in-law is incapable of killing their daughter. Maybe they've enough hard cash. I don't know. And that they withdrew the case, and so there's no way to get justice. And that's another thing you should know. If you die, if you let any man kill you, there's no justice. You are not, in your grave, you will not find justice. Justice did not come for you, even in death. Not in a country like ours. And so I think we should even start at the point where, like, for instance, this Glory girl, people warned her not to get married to the guy. That's the people who actually told her, you can't marry this guy. Look at it. In fact, can you guess the funniest thing? They said on their wedding day, that guy came from prison. That's he came from police station to wedding. And maybe one day we'll talk about the role of the church as well, because if you came from police station, pastor, didn't you ask the man what took you to police station? Why are you in trouble up to the morning of your wedding? And they still went ahead and wedded them. Still went ahead and wedded them because, of course, marriage is a big deal. So we let them marry. It's not. I'm not sure that marriage lasted 3 years. Okay, 2020. Okay, 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. Maybe 4 years. I think she died maybe earlier this year. 4 years plus. It's a sad situation, and I think parents need to do better. Let's even talk about this generation of parents. First and foremost, you as a mother or someone who wants to have a child, you need to understand that There are things that are not acceptable. Don't allow a man hit you, and especially don't allow them hit you in front of your children. If they are hitting you inside the room and you're unable to talk about it, that one is a different problem. But the process, the one that they are hitting you in front of your children, be rest assured that the children are picking up on it. And what they are picking is the lesson, the only lesson they are picking is, oh, it's okay. People get hit. So people get hit in the marriage once in a while. It's nothing. My mother is going through it. My father hits my mother, Father beats up my mother once in a while. They quarrel, they shout, they throw stones. So they think it's normal. And so that's how they grow up. They've never seen their mother get angry and say, okay, I'm done. Carry a bag, call a meeting. Yes, they should actually call for a community meeting to settle the demon that is disturbing you, that makes you think it's okay to raise your hand as a woman or at any human being for them. Funny enough, most of these men who raise their hands at their wives at the slightest provocation, they never fight with their colleagues. They never fight with their friends. Never. You will never see them throw punches at men like them. So when does it become okay you to throw punches at your wife? When does it become okay? The thing is not okay to throw punches at your wife. So, but then again, we need to enlighten women to know how to run out of this situation, know how to get help, and then there need to be proper measures like kept aside for women to actually find their ways out of this. If it doesn't matter if that's how your mother lived, if your life is being threatened, it's no longer it's no longer safe for you to continue like that. Yes, I know your mother went through it. Yes, I know your grandmother went through it. All of the women in your family, they went through it. It doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it okay. It doesn't matter how many women in your lineage went through it. It really doesn't make it okay. And if you ever get to that point that your life is being threatened, you need to run for your life first. So yeah, I think we should start talking about, okay, so what should women actually look out for in marriage? What kind of qualities are the red flags, And if you ever get to that point, how do you get out of it? What are the modalities that are in place? And then what kind of intelligence do you need to get out of such situations if you ever get there? First, let's talk about some things to avoid, like in picking a spouse. Because I actually feel like, apart from the fact that some people, they say when a woman is in love, you don't advise her. Once you don't already fall in love, she cannot be advised. She cannot be told don't do this or don't go ahead. But there will be things that will be glaring that you can pay attention to, like what kind of qualities. If a man gets angry once in a while, does it make him abusive? Stuff like that. Okay, so let's hear from you.
Okay, so
Well,
Isabel is here. Hello, Isabel. Can you hear us?
yes, I can hear you. Let me try and give a take on it
Okay.
before I might
Okay.
come out
Go
again.
on.
So I personally feel that it all boils down to an education problem and enlightenment and different ways people are taught about these things. Because at the end of the day, I feel, especially as women, detaching from people that we have established a relationship with, relationship wise, literally there's this oxytocin is a chemical that's released any intimate time you have, and that's prevalent in women. Only women produce this, whether it's just one time, like it doesn't even need to have a talking or even know this person very well, that chemical will be released. So it forms attachment and it forms bonds. And I think people need to be very aware that a lot of the things that you are bonding you or connecting you to are actually chemicals that are released. So if you are connecting you to people like chemical reactions in your brain. There are chemical reactions in your brain trying to release
Okay. Can't hear Matabel. I think. Can you hear her? It's like her network is okay, she's gone. Okay, well, I think she's talking about the hormones that is responsible for getting attached to people in relation when they're in relationship, especially with women. Yes, when every time we keep hitting on the fact that women find it difficult to get out, there's a whole lot that is involved in it, and it may not just be the fact that they were raised that way. There are also other chemical activities that may have been released, and it's making it difficult. Yet common sense demands that you stay alive even when you want to play love. You're gonna need life to play that love to the end. So yeah, so I think let's talk about some of the red flags. Yeah, we're saying let's talk about some of the red flags, things that you should avoid here, things that you should look out for potentially. And then of course, even if you fail in getting it and then you still end up in such relationships, how do you get out of it? Thank you.
Okay, some of the red flags is we women, most of us, we are very sensitive. We are very, very sensitive. I don't think there's a way you can stay in a relationship with someone for some time without seeing some signs. I know there are some men that can possibly hide it, but most women have the gift of sensitivity that no matter how you try to things, it's too sensitive. So most of these men they show their red flags when they're angry. When they are angry, you see a man might not possibly hit you, but when once he talks down on you, call you names, abusive names, call you, just be sure that one day that man will definitely hit you. I heard somewhere where they said if a man calls you all sort of names, it won't take him long for that man to hit you. So when a man starts telling you you are useless, you are senseless, you are stupid, let's give it an interval of 6 months, 1 year, that man will start hitting you. And then when a man compares you to another woman, we have men who tell you, oh, I wish you were fatter than this, or I wish you were smaller than this, I wish you were taller than this, I wish that man he will abuse you mentally because he will make you look like you are not enough. And if he goes out there to cheat, he will tell you that you are the reason. It is because of you that made him go out there to cheat. That man might want to go extra mile for him to make you look the way you want to. You see, some of this abuse is not just the physical abuse. There are different dimensions of abuse. There are men there who tells you that he wants you maybe in the talking stage. You see some men who say, "Fine, I want to have like 6 children. Okay, that is what I want to have." And you can go for that to say, okay, what if in the process maybe it's true yes, and if it says true yes, don't worry, we have faith. That's the sign that that man is not sensitive about what will happen to you. He's not after your own safety. All is what he wants is what he wants. That is what would stand. And we also have men who let me say they do all the things people tell them outside. Maybe if they step out there, any advice that is given to them, that is what they come back to. They come to you and said, my sister actually said that you are like this, and I'm having that feeling that you are like this. If they go out there and someone tells them your wife is bad, we have men who can stand out, they can stand in for their wives. They can, if they go out there and someone tells them your wife is bad, they will tell the person, my wife isn't. That is my wife you're talking about, and you have no right to say things like that about my wife. But we have all those mommy boys that when they step out there, whatever they say to them about their wives, they will bring that force on you and say that no wonder this person said you are like this, no wonder you're like this, you're like that. Men who cannot support you also, men who want you to only do the things they want you to do, men who think you are small because of your gender, you are lower than them, you are just an item or a property. All those things shows red flags. Those are red flags. Sometimes if you see the way a man behaves with a mother, a man that is that insults the mother will insult you. A man that does not have regard for his mother will also not have regard for you. So some of those red flags, they are just there. And then if you see yourself in that kind of a situation, I would tell you and see, it is better you live a life than for you to go and learn it in the other side, in the other world. It's better you live a life. So if you're in a relationship with such person, the best way is just for you to walk out. That is just the best way. Is for you to walk out of such relationship. Especially just like when the people who meet with narcissists, narcissists are people that like they are so egoistic and they feel on top of the world. They feel nobody is better than them. So imagine now you being in a relationship with a narcissist and you think you want to change the narcissist. No, they will rather change you. They will destroy you mentally, psychologically, physically, and otherwise. They will change your entire life. So the best way if you are in any abusive relationship, before you step out, tell the person to go and meet a therapist for the sake of another sister. But you should not be that one that will be there to know if the person is changing or not. That's what I would advise. It is better you leave than to leave this world.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. All right. So thank you very much. Another thing I just thought about is the fact that sometimes you can even though I think that maybe most times most people don't pay attention to it, but sometimes you can spot a pattern by just visiting their house. If you visit their home and just see the way their father treats the father treats their mom, even though they want to pretend. Sometimes if you're someone who is a frequent visitor in that house, after a while you will notice exactly the way the man treats his wife, and you will know that even if that guy is at his best, trying his best, sometimes he may have picked up on some of those lessons just by being a child that's in that home. And yeah, of course, you have to now make up your mind. Is it okay for me to go on? Am I okay with the way this man treats? Or am I okay if I actually find out that this is how my home may be, you know? I mean, women need to ask questions beyond love. I know love is important, but he ain't gonna keep that marriage or he ain't gonna keep that relationship because, like someone was saying the other day, that it's not every time you feel butterflies. It's not every time. After you stayed in that marriage for like maybe 3, 4 years, you now have to sometimes walk up love sometimes because the person will annoy you, the person will get you angry. Sometimes you have to talk about things. So you need to understand that you need someone that you can look beyond love and see if it's someone that you can reason with in the days that maybe you people are down, in the days that maybe you're going through one trouble or the other. If it's a person that you can have an actual conversation with, if you people are ever in a down spot and you need to talk about this matters. Because if you really can't talk about that matter, the whole point of it being a lifelong relationship is defeated. Every time you guys go through trouble, somebody cannot talk, somebody cannot raise their voice because the other person will get hit. Doesn't make any sense, you know. So oh, there's a whole lot that women should look out for. You stop turning off your intuition because you say you're in love. Oh, they hit you. Oh, it's just small slap they gave you. He gave you small slap. When you people get married, they will fold you and hit you real good, like a band set that they use in apostolic church. Yeah, they will give you so that the rhythm can come out. So that because you ignored the slap, it's just gonna amplify. You know, when you get in there, it's gonna amplify because everybody's at rest. Nobody needs to pretend again. That pretense people used to pretend. Nobody's pretending again. Everybody will show you their true colors. That's when, and at that point, you really can't make up your mind, yeah, because you're already in. And so that's one of another thing. The fact that women get attached very easily. A man can easily, okay, look at that man now. It's not even up to 1 month. The wife is still in the morgue. He's on Facebook looking for a single girl that is God fearing. Or what he said he's looking for. He said he's divorced and he's looking for a single girl. Just imagine, it's not even up to a month. But a woman would mourn for so long. Some women will never remarry. There are women who never remarry after they've gone through certain things or maybe they lose their spouse. But look at that one, that human being. Already on Facebook, 1 month later. The wife is not even buried though. They just brought out flyer for her burial arrangements, you know. So the fact that women actually get attached very easily and detaching is always a real big deal. And if you're not trained, you know, so that's why you shouldn't even get attached before you find out the quality of the person you are trying to get into a relationship with. I think that's the best way to do it. Don't get attached. Like, you need to know the quality of human being you're getting into that relationship with first before you now talk about, okay, is this relationship now official? Before you make it official, you need to know that person, because once some of you get attached, you just cannot get out of it. As in, it's a terrible thing that once most women get attached to men, they cannot find them. Like it's like life. Like it's that's another training that women need to get in managing their emotions. Yeah, managing their emotions so that you can actually walk away when you find yourself in a dangerous situation. And even if you're in love, you're dying in love, you die for this person, you know, common sense will tell you that my life first before I even talk about love. Okay. Nice about you back.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Alright. What I was trying to say the other time was that I think people need to realize that a lot of these things are chemical reactions in your brain, and if you're able to dial it down to that, like, oh, I'm thinking about this person a lot. Just make come to realize that your body is just telling you to. It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't. It's literally chemicals just trying to keep you guys together for whatever reason the body does that. Maybe procreation or all those things. But I feel when you realize that and you come to understand that, oh, it's it's chemical. It's not really because I want this, because your body will do what it wants despite what you want. So when you register it as that, make every conscious effort to fight it. The difference between human beings and animals is our ability to defy nature most times, ability to defy our instincts and do what we want to do despite of our instincts. And I think more people need to know that, because that's why if you have a habit, you stay in that habit because of the chemical reactions in your brain trying to keep you there. Because when the brain registers that you're safe somewhere, you're not dying, you understand, you're not in a bad place, it wants to keep you in that place for a very long time, as long as possible. And when you now say you want to go, you want to leave, your brain will do everything to kind of avoid that. Your rationalization is that I've been here, this my host has been here, and it's been okay. We are not dead, we are surviving. I don't know what's going to happen if we change the environment. So that's what pretty much is what is going in your head. That is simple. The devil I know is better than the angel I do not know. And when you realize these things, I think people should know these things, know that these things are beyond what they want. Your body will do what it wants despite what you want most times. Your brain will do what it wants despite what you want most times. When you realize that, it kind of becomes easier to detach, because you're realizing that your brain is trying to protect you but it's going about it the wrong way. So you make efforts, just like how you want to discipline yourself. It's a matter of discipline. Maybe you're always laying down, you're used to laying down, you're just lazy all day, and you know that this being lazy is not good for you. But if you notice, a lot of people that are lazy, breaking free from that laziness is so difficult. It's like an addiction. You've been so used to it, and that's the same thing when it comes to relationship. You have to stop seeing it as I'll go when I want to, or a management thing. You have to start seeing it as a relationship is a necessity. It's a necessity.
All right. I think my Isabel's network is down again. Medium, can you hear me? Okay.
I can
Isabel,
hear
can you
you.
hear me? Oh, we can't hear you. Okay. It's fine. When you come back. Okay, she's gone. All right. So I think we've just about wrapped up everything, and the summary of the matter is that one, do not ignore red flags. Do not ignore the signs that someone is potentially abusive. Two, if you ever find yourself in such a situation, look for help immediately. In fact, the first day that they threw you a punch and you dodged it, as you just did dodge, so just run out, go and look for help. It is not, yeah, I mean, it's not a, I mean, it's not a sentence that, okay, you made a mistake, so you must live with it for the rest of your life. Like, I made a mistake in making this choice, so I should die with this choice. No, there is no such thing. Like, I would always say, the covenant of life is superior to the covenant of marriage. Like, you actually need life to do marriage. So, what are we talking about? We shouldn't even be negotiating lives. Yeah? We shouldn't be negotiating it. As you just, and like I said, as you just dodge, just run, look for help. If the first person doesn't pay attention to you, come to our podcast. Let's see if we can help you. Go to the Ministry of Justice in any of the states. I'm sure you get lawyers that can advise you on what to do. But by all means, do not stay there and endure that condition. Do not stay there and endure that condition because at the time we cannot tell how it ends. We don't even, some of them don't, most of them don't live to tell the story. And so please, and please, what we're telling you is do not endure such situation. It really doesn't matter if your family supports you or not. It's not about them supporting you now, as it is about you being alive. If you don't get the support you need from family, then you have to look for other people. And then, of course, I think one of the biggest things we need to start talking about to women is the fact that they are human beings. Getting into marriage does not change the fact that you are a full grown human being and you have your life, a future ahead of you. As in, you have a life to live. It doesn't matter whether you are bearing your husband's name. You don't get to live his life. You have to live your own life because you came before you even got married. You lived for a while and you have a purpose here on earth. Please don't die because you got married. Please do not die because you got married. All right, so thank you. We've come to the end of today's show, today's live broadcast, and we're hoping that you got as much info as we did. We are encouraging women, please speak up. Speak up. Speak up. This culture of silence is absolutely unproductive. Speak up. We are women, we talk. So I don't know when it got to domestic violence, women stopped talking, saying, oh, it happens everywhere, no need to talk about it. No, speak up about it. Talk to anyone who will be willing to listen. And let's see you get help. Let's not have to come to a burial to find out that somebody was beaten to death. No. Let's see them get help. Let's see you come out of that and be better, be better, wiser, stronger. All right, so that's my last word. Young, so let's say advice.
What I would say is that value yourself, value your life.
Yeah,
When you value your
important.
life, you will know when to run away from things that is life threatening, from people that are life threatening. And then before you go into any marriage or relationship, please be
All right,
careful. Don't
all
listen
right,
to anyone.
all right,
Uh,
all right. So please take this advice from us to you. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye.
bye.